Hi, Brandon here. I recently took the opportunity to build my wife a new stand and a couple of tanks in a combination thing you'll see here in a minute. She used to have a 55 gallon and a 90 gallon aquarium, and the difference between the two is kind of a little bit oddball. So I was looking for a little bit of uniformity and something a little nicer in our living room. My wife Angie takes care of the tanks in our living room, and I wanted to make something nice for her. So let's take a look at what we did. Stand build today. So here are some of the 2x4s got all caught up. We're going to be making a couple of different stands today. One for my son's tank and one for a tank that I'm building for my wife for the living room. This is a simple chop saw and a table saw, skill saw. So there's all of our saws. Cordless drill, measuring tape, pencil of course, and all of our screws and squares and so on. The stand that we've been making, it's now been all assembled and sanded down. My son sanded it down for us, thanks very much to him. And it's a real long stand, fairly short. And I'm just starting to apply a little bit of finish to it. This is not really a how-to video, so I'm not going to go into too much detail on exactly how we built it. However, just to give you an idea, make sure that you make solid construction, that you transfer the weight from the tanks right down to the ground. If you're going to attempt to accomplish something like I've done here, which is a very long tank setup, that there's a lot of suspended weight, make sure that you definitely reinforce everything. Here's what I'm using. It's a name brand, I realize, but it doesn't really matter what brand you use. This is really good at repelling water and being against water, so that's why I've chosen it. All right, so we'll be back soon. Moving day. So here's what we've done. We've set up one of the tanks that we're going to be using real close by, and moving everything out of this tank over into the other tank, so that we can move this one out of the way. So we're siphoning water right over from one tank to the other. We've been doing water changes leading up to this point anyway, knowing that we were going to do this. And so now it's the same waters and temperatures and everything, so we can literally just sort of move the fish right from one tank over to the other. The water is not old water or dirty water or anything and stuff, even though you wouldn't know it looking at that tank. It's just from stirring up all the gravel and everything. So we'll move a good 50% of it over water-wise, and then we'll top it up with some fresh water that's been prepared ready to go. Okay, so here we are finally setting this tank and stand up. So I thought I'd catch you up on a little bit of the progress that we're making. If you remember, we moved this tank out here temporarily. It's one of the ones that's going on the stand while we took the two existing tanks out of the room. And now we're in the process of siphoning water from one tank over to the other tank. We've moved part of the gravel, which we had stored in this tank. We've got both filters on here. One will go on each tank. So we've kept everything cycled for the two tanks. On one tank along with the fish and some plants and the gravel, the filters and the water. And now we're moving the water over. This has all been vacuumed and cleaned, and it's good water. Half the water will be in each tank. Then we'll top up the water, hence our fill hose, which will be like a 50% water change on each one. That should preserve our biological side of the system and give us new water and a new setup. So here's the results of what we were up to. This is 275 gallons end to end on an 8-foot stand that we built in our living room. And here's the concept. On this side we have the devil, and on this side angels. Tanks are still a little cloudy. It's not too long after we did the setup. Still some bubbles in the glass. We jump started the tanks by using filters that were running this whole time in the aquarium gravel that was used this whole time and all that sort of thing. But that was the whole idea, what we wanted to do, make something a little bit different. So tell me what you think of what we did here, maybe in the comments, and thanks for watching.